you know what I'm saying, this is more of like a New Year's resolution type of episode. Like, oh, let's look at back what we did. Okay, well, where are we gonna go?
Yeah.
But I think it's a pivotal time because, like, bro, most people don't last this long. Like, people aren't consistent with their podcast. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of Dads on Purpose, the podcast. I'm your host, Josh Ashford, and as always, got the big homie KB, Mr. Kevin Brigance. How you doing, sir?
What up, baby? Woo! What's going on, man? I am thrilled.
Bro, that was like a Ric Flair.
I tried. I ran out of air.
Nature boy. Well, oh my goodness, I can't do the Ric Flair. You're looking at the Rolex wearing, limousine riding.
Yeah, man.
I'm holding these alligators down. Now give me 3 claps in a Ric Flair. Anyways, yo, welcome to the show, everybody. This is this is episode 52, man. We've been doing this for a whole year. We still ain't got no sound effects. Yo, it's hoodie weather, man, here in Texas. I got the hat on. Kev got that all white Gap boy. Is that the Kanye? Is that the Yeezy?
Nah, man, I can't afford the Yeezy, bruzzy.
They don't give you a discount?
Nope. Actually, nope.
Kev get that 5-finger discount. Borrow it without the intent of returning. I'm just kidding. Y'all don't listen to me. Yay, y'all skip over this part. Yeah, like I said, man, episode 52. We've been doing this for a full year. So yeah, y'all like the podcast, subscribe to the podcast, share the podcast, because we really trying to run these numbers up, especially on Apple, because
let's go.
Said
let's go.
Like they say, man, if you ain't on Apple, you ain't nowhere. So
you ain't nowhere, baby.
I don't know. I don't know what that means, but whatever.
But we here.
Bro, like most of our analytics say that like Apple is like what dominates it for us. And we really need to talk about that. This is an offline conversation because we need to talk about like who our host is for our like back end, because there are some other ones that'll give us more analytics. So I don't know, whatever. Anyways, that's a conversation for not on the podcast because they don't care, man.
They don't care.
Yo, it's just me and Kev today. We did that on purpose. Man, we got some fire, yoga flame guests coming up. What was that from? Do you know what that's from?
Nope.
Street Fighter. Golly. That's what's his name? Dalsim. The Indian dude. Yoga flame.
Oh,
yoga
yeah. You know,
bro,
my memory.
I thought you was old.
Bro, my memory. I can't remember stuff until somebody recalls it. Like, don't give me an actor's name. Don't give me like, you gotta bring it back to my memory, and then don't give me the sentence of the movie. Just tell me the name of the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Like that's how you live in your life,
bro.
I was driving down the street and randomly start singing some Lil Wayne from 2000 Lights Out, and it just popped up. Like that's how my mind works. Like my wife, she's like, why are you so loud right now? That's just how I want to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm DMX or something like that. She's like, you are unnecessarily loud. But that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I promise. Yo. Yeah, we don't have a guest. That's on purpose. We got some fire people coming, y'all. So stay tuned. But what we wanted to do on here today, man, is really reflection. But no, we Kev, I got a question, man. What were your top 3 episodes from this year, bro?
Top 3.
Yeah. It's gonna take you a while because
it's gonna take me a while.
Would you like me to go first?
Yes.
Now, if I go, you can't take mine. And I don't want you sitting over there and be like, oh yeah, that was a good one. Oh, that was a good one.
Go.
All right. Yo, okay, so Dr. G, absolutely. Like Dr. G, I think it was like episode 4 or something like that, dealing with grief. Like that was And no shade to anybody that was on the podcast, bro, because we didn't have some bangers on here.
We've had some.
Woo! But I'm just talking about like some things that just like, oh man, if you ain't heard that Dr. G episode, like, bro, like the way she breaks down dealing with grief is like second to none. And she does it in a way that you don't feel sad about dealing with grief. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm still myself on there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here for the jokes and asking questions. Like, that's what I'm here for. Kev provides value. I provide some jokes. And I ask the questions. That's about it. But no, so Dr. G, that was a good one. Tyler Campbell, the homie Tyler Campbell.
Yeah.
When we were talking about, I think it was like family business or something like that. It was one of the first episodes. Tyler, the way he breaks down how his dad had set like the business up for him and his family, or him and his kids, and then how Tyler has started setting that up and kind of like how they're creating the family business that doesn't necessarily have to be the same business, but they're creating family businesses and thinking about each other, and really they're visionaries for the next generation. They're not just thinking about right now. And I think a lot of times we get so caught like right now, like, yo, like, I gotta get this bag, but we're not thinking like, yo, like, I need to set my kids up to get this bag.
Yeah.
And he really breaks down what his family was doing to do that. Primarily his dad. And he didn't really mention his mom on there. But primarily he talks about his dad on there. And I think the other episode, man, I think it was like episode 3. Bro, like the first 10 episodes.
Fire.
Yeah. We had KP on here, the homie KP Tatum. We were talking about men and emotions, which is a conversation that doesn't really always happen.
Yeah.
In a safe space, in a I don't know if the word is altruistic. I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna use that. You good? You got smoke off. Kevin became a preacher. Start messing with the devil's lettuce. You know what I'm saying? But no, Kev, get off your phone. You're not about to
I'm listening to you, man. You asked me to think of my 3.
Yeah, no, but you're not thinking. You looking at the episodes. Yo, and I'm sitting here giving Kev shade, but I hadn't thought about this all week. And I ain't tell Kev nothing.
That's what the people don't know. See, the people think we be on together with our host, knowing he holds it from me too. So it's just like on the spot, bro.
That's why I said let me go first. But you wasn't even thinking.
I'm ready though.
Huh?
I'm ready.
No, but I think those are I thought about a lot, but I mean, we had some, I'm not gonna take a shine because I'm not gonna go over some other people, but I think the Dr. G episode, the Tyler Campbell episode, and the KP Tatum episode, man, those are probably some of my favorite ones. They're all my favorites.
Yeah.
But those was like my favorites.
Yeah, no, I man, honestly, it's hard because I enjoyed every guest. I think, man, it's been, bro, like I just sitting here thinking, I'm like, yeah. But yeah, man, Pastor Chris being on here, talking about in-laws, bro. Like to me was really, really dope. Dr. Tanya Cunningham,
I told you can't take mine.
You said Dr. G. Rewind and go and listen. Either way, they both were dope.
You right.
So, going back, Dr. Tanya Cunningham, appreciate her, been on here twice. The one of our continued guests, and talking about grief and also talking about how to deal with grief. Love her. And then I was gonna say
Tanya she ain't been on here twice. She only been on here once.
She only been on once?
Mm-hmm.
Man. And then Tillery.
Oh. Yeah. That was
that was good, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, when we've connected with him on Instagram and just got to see his family, but when he actually got on and we started talking about where he came from and his life, it was great. Like it was definitely unexpected, and I think that was one of the best. Like for me, that was probably one of the best shows to have done, just because of the way that the show turned out. And I think all of the shows are unique, and to me and to you probably as well, just in the fact that, man, we never know what's going to come out of it. Like, we set up the show to be a, barbershop style talk show. We don't really have anything that's really solid. But that's, to me, what makes this so much fun, makes it so much exciting. We're not constrained to just this one way of doing it. It can change anytime. So, man, all the shows, man, all of our guests, thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for accepting our invitation. Thank you guys for being on, because you didn't have to. You could have done what you guys don't have anything.
Here's my question though, and this is me being petty. Why didn't you correct me when I was saying Dr. G and I was talking about grief?
Because Dr. G did talk about grief a little bit.
Dr. G was talking about like healing in general. But when I was talking about like grief, I meant Dr. Tanya. Because that's what she was talking about.
You're right.
So
because that was my person and I wasn't gonna let you take her. You told me to pick 3. I was like, that's my thing.
But you know what? Anyways, man, golly, this is gonna be our last episode. I'm just kidding, because I can't deal with these conditions anymore. But no, so okay. So we got top 3 episodes. I want to know, like, what are some of the most important lessons that you got from like the episodes? Like in regards to, it could be anything, because we talked about businesses. We talked about business. We talked about
hey y'all, it's not 8:00 at night and he ain't got no drink, so excuse. No, I'm just
3:00 in the afternoon, and I just had you know what it is? I ain't had my nap today.
That's what it is.
Be 100 with you. Like, I ain't had no nap today, and I'm just thinking about what I got to do later. So we got to get the kids, and then my little cousin, he got a football game tonight, so it's gonna be cold, and so I need a nap. Anyway, that's literally the whole purpose of that conversation, was like, I need to take a nap. Top 3 lessons that you learned. And I haven't thought about this question. Like, I only thought about the first question. That was it. But yeah, like, what are some of the key takeaways for you from our guests?
For me, it's being able, honestly, and this might not even be a good answer, but it's really being able to take away from the life of everybody else and see how they've handled life, how they've gone through life. Like, I love being a coach. I love being a personal development coach, because I love getting to see how people live their lives and how they've had to make changes, or how they got up out the mud, or the decisions that they made in order for them to live the lives that they chose to live. And even though some of our values might not be the same, I was still able to glean from what they've done in order to implement those things into my life. And I think for me, across the board, what I've learned is just that no matter what you're going through, there's somebody out there that has a tool, that has a tip. Like, another person that jumped in my mind was Aisha. Did I say that right?
No, you didn't. It's Aisha.
God,
why'd you point to your eye?
Because that's how she said say her name. She said I. So I still messed it up.
Aisha.
Yeah. See? But Aisha, like, even just being able to, like, me not having an opportunity, or even the listeners not having an opportunity to listen to someone as her rank, and what she's been able to do in the military, and now what she's doing in her community. I just think all of that stuff, man, it has just been it's been good for me, and I'll always tell y'all, like, man, just being on here every week, when we double up and skip a week, I'm just like, dude, I need to get that back in. But those are just some of the things that I really just appreciate, just them being able to share their lives, for me to navigate with them, how they got through their circumstances, and be able to be on the winning side. So that's what I got a lot out of it. How about you, bro?
So for me, I think one of the biggest things for me is general exposure. And what I mean by that is, one is, you don't know what you don't know, and then talking to others, you realize what you don't know. But with that, you also see that it's been accomplished. And so once you see that it's been accomplished, now you can go ahead and accomplish that.
Yeah.
So whether that's, kind of how Troy was talking about, getting it out the mud, or, whether golly, MG was with teaching himself how to sew with his daughters, or whether it's DJ talking about positive parenting and changing the way that we parent, you know what I mean, and like challenging the status quo. I think once we get exposed to those things, or Aisha, you know what I mean, like, yo, like, okay, I can make it to this level, under a certain age, whatever. Like, you don't know that you can't do that, but now that you know, I bet. So maybe someone that has a child, girl or boy, about to graduate high school, and they're going into the military, and they're like, yo, like, how far can I go with this, bro? You can go as far as you want. Like, you don't have to be a commissioned officer to go. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to. You can go straight and be an enlisted and reach a pinnacle. And then even after that, if you still want to stay, I don't know all the guidelines or whatever, but you can switch from the enlisted rank to the commission. I don't know. I think so. But you know what I mean? Like, you don't know, but now being on this show, you're exposed to so many different things. Like, some of the episodes we got coming up, man, like, okay, I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to be like, okay, yo, I didn't know that I can do that in a business right off the bat. Or, okay, bet, I didn't know like that, I'm about to get divorced, but I can switch my marriage around like that. Or I didn't know how beneficial that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying not to give it all away, yo. I'm trying not to give everything away, because I know some things that you don't know. And you know what I'm saying? But hush, somebody's calling my name. Yeah, so I think that is what it is for me, man, is general exposure. Yeah, that's good, man. That's really, really good. Where are we pivoting? This is a pivot. This is a right turn. What you looking at?
That's what you did.
I know what I did. Yeah. Yo, for y'all that's listening on podcast land, y'all need to watch the YouTube. If y'all ain't watched where do you see this going? Because we've grown, because I think about, and yo, it's so crazy. I'm looking at us right now in this shot, and then I'm thinking about to the first episode, and I was just like, even our presence, you know what I'm saying? Because we've been doing this every week, has changed. And then like when I see like the first episode, because I was looking at I was doing something the other day. I was like messing with like graphics or something like that. And I just saw the very first episode, and I was like, yeah. And it was just like, this episode is probably gonna be as long as the first episode, which is about 20 minutes. But I mean, it is what it is. Like, we intentionally, you know what I'm saying, this is more of like a New Year's resolution type of episode. Like, oh, let's look at back what we did. Okay, well, where are we gonna go? But I think it's so, like, it's a pivotal time, because like, bro, most people don't last this long. Like, people aren't consistent with their podcast. I was at the church today talking to Pastor Chris, and I was like, I gotta leave. I gotta go do this podcast. And he was like, oh, bro, speaking of podcasts, I need you on mine. And I was like, you're not consistent with yours. He's like, I know. He's like, I need to get back on it. And I was like, well, ain't nobody gonna watch it. And he was like, man, he's like, forget you. He's like, and so, but yeah, so like, we wanted this just to be a recap episode. And so I think that, the New Year's resolution type deal, like, look back on, where you came from, but like, okay, where are we gonna go? Like, what are we doing, in year 2, season 2? I don't know, whatever. Because you can put seasons on your episodes.
Yeah, definitely. Season 2. I think, man, we're gonna go even harder, bro. I think that's
like not a real answer.
Yes, it is a real answer. We're gonna work harder.
I'm gonna let you have whatever answer you want.
Thank you. It's my answer. I think we're gonna go harder, meaning we're gonna work harder. Like you said, bro, there's like, even when I get on, because I'm always trying to grow as an individual, and I'm trying to find podcasts that fit what I want to hear. Like, I get it. Everybody's in real estate, everybody's in money, everybody's in leadership, but I have like family ministry stuff that I'm interested in. I have, fatherhood stuff that I'm interested in. And the more that I start to look for those type of things, it's like, oh yeah, they went 6 months, but they're not there anymore. Or they started their podcast in 2019 and they're not producing anything anymore. And I think that if our listeners love us and they're listening, as long as they're listening, like, shoot, I think we should give it all we got. Now listen, we ain't no ordinary Black podcast. We didn't go season to season. We didn't take no break. We going hard. Like, when it say season 2, it's just a continuation of what we've been doing because we crazy and that's what we do. But I think, like, just that tenacity, bro, what you did for me, what this podcast did for me, it made me commit. It made me commit and not commit to something. See, a lot of times I think we commit to stuff that we don't want to commit to. Like, it doesn't bring us pleasure. It doesn't bring us happiness. This brings me joy. And so for me to commit to this and do whatever I have to do, y'all don't know how many times I've had to apologize to Josh for just either miscommunication or not proper planning or not showing up. Like, it's just real, because this is what it takes in order for these things to happen. And I'm number one, bro, I'm more honored of you allowing this relationship to grow and fester and to deal with the things that comes with
was fester the right word? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you said to grow into fester. But doesn't fester have a negative connotation?
Oh yeah, probably.
Okay, I'm just double checking.
I guess just like our bad moments, like,
No. But
like, when you like, man,
bro, I don't know words, so I'm just
that's what like, you be saying in your mind.
Who, me?
Yeah,
but I've been cussing you out of my head, but my face is just smiling. But it's not just you. That's what I do to everybody. So it's not.
But those things, bro, those are the things that really this podcast has done for me, and I want to see it even do more. Y'all, before the podcast, before we started, I said, hey, I even want to grow as a podcast host. Like, I enjoy this that much where I really want to improve on my presence and my voice presence on the podcast. I might need to save it at the beginning. So, but I all those things, man, I really want to see our channel grow. I want to see graphics do better. I really want to see our posts get better. And I know some of that stuff is on my end.
What's wrong with the graphics?
No, just because you always come up with cool stuff. Like, honestly, bro, like the background, you started changing the backgrounds on them, so it's not just
on the episodes.
Like, yeah, so
I did that the other night.
Yeah, but I mean, like, when you do different things, it enhances.
You want to know
a podcast?
You want to know a secret?
What?
Almost nothing I do is original.
Who
stealing it from. I'm about to say, I don't know. I'm just like, I'm stealing it from other shows. Now, even our introduction, I stole that from another show.
Yeah, I mean, why recreate the real? Why recreate the real?
No, yeah. What all I'm saying is, like, I just like, oh, that's dope. Let me take that. Oh, yeah. This the okay. I like this style. This fits. But then you just make it your own.
See, and I think that's giving the nuggets. He giving y'all nuggets. Y'all better be writing that down. Y'all still trying to figure out how to do a podcast, and that's he just told you right there.
I'm trying to figure out how to do a podcast. Look, I got this. I didn't have this hood on this whole episode, and I'm not taking it off. And
I don't think you should.
Huh? Maybe that's, I don't know. Maybe not podcast etiquette. What do you know? Maybe I got a bad haircut.
Podcast etiquette.
Maybe I got a bad haircut. Maybe I got a bad haircut.
Let me see.
I don't. It's not.
Let me see.
I did it myself.
Let me see.
No, it's gay.
Show the people.
No, ain't nobody looking at YouTube. I'm gonna clip that up. Yep. So here's what I see, man. And I get inspiration. Again, going back to what I just said, I'm not recreating the wheel. Like, I see other podcasts doing things, and I'm like, yo, that's what I want to do, but make it our own. And so one of the things for me is, like, Earn Your Leisure. Like, they're taking they're in Africa right now. And I'm like, bruh, okay, we really need to look at our analytics and see like where we're really popping, because the goal is to start finding sponsors that will start allowing us to do, you know, the live podcast and the things like that. Like I think about the Secrets to Success podcast, or you know what I'm saying, the Social Proof podcast, EYL, like they do live podcast episodes. I'm like, yo, that'd be fire. Like that energy, like, okay, I want to do that. Like Earn Your Leisure right now, they're in Nigeria. No, sorry, they were in Nigeria, now they're in Egypt. So they're Cairo, doing networking groups. And I'm like, okay, why can't we do that but for fatherhood? You know what I mean? And talk about, you know, talk about different ways different cultures parent. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, when the 2 times I was in Africa, I was in Kenya for probably a total of 3 weeks on 2 separate occasions total. Just the even in their own tribes, there is a 2 different dichotomies of parenting. You know, there's the old way, and there's the new way. Why are you smiling like that?
No, I'm listening, bro.
Oh, okay. I was like, I thought you was looking at it because I said dichotomy. But look, we making up words sometimes, but they real words, I promise you. But no, yeah, there's 2 entire different philosophies of parenting. The old way and I would say this newer way that's more westernized. You know, so they still do, and I ain't trying to get too graphic on the podcast, but they still do certain ceremonies to young women, males. I've met several guys that part of their you know, initiation to manhood, if you see them, like you'll see cuts underneath their eyes. And so part of that is that's their introduction to manhood, is they'll make these cuts underneath their eyes. And if they cry, it kind of teaches them to toughen up. I have real machetes in my not my kitchen, but in my dining room, that have killed lions. Like I know my friend, they told me like, hey, this is how you kill a lion. Like we have to do this when we're young boys. And I'm just like, yo, like that would be dope to hear like how different, you know, areas parent. Because we're all different, but we're all the same. You know what I mean? And so we're in this whole globalization of a world, and it's like, okay, well, if that's the case, like we need to be looking at parenting, hopefully in you know what I mean, in a certain way. And that's you know, how you raise them. You know, maybe it's morals, ethics, you know, business acumen. You know, you think about how Asians, you know, raise parents. Like, bruh, that's what I see for us. Like, why can't we do that? And there's nobody that looks like us that's doing it like that. That's me.
Nah, I love it, bro. I definitely agree, man. Like the exposure of parenting and the different styles of parenting has been one of the biggest things that has helped me grow and confirm some things for me as a parent. Shout out to Joshua, the melanated daddy, bringing those major tips and nuggets into the show. And DJ, like, man, those type of people. Terry, you know,
I was about to say, because you know Terry, he will send me in your DMs if you don't say his name.
But I'm just thinking, like, man, just you know, you nailed it on the head. And I also I
know
us being able to be us and produce and show fatherhood in this light, I think has been one of the greatest things. Oh, you know what, too, bro? What I think is very unique is that even though we're dads, it hasn't just been, you know, daddy. It's been things about fatherhood or things surrounding fatherhood. And I really, really think that's what some things that really helps us be unique.
What's wrong? You need to drink some water? Or
I
were you
do
done
need
with your
some
thought?
water. No, I need some water, but I'm not going to get up out the camera. I'm like,
I thought, bro, you just stopped in the middle of your point. I was just like, I don't know if you was about to cry or if you needed some water or something or whatever. You good? Okay, so we talked about where we're going, or where we were. We talked about where we're going. Yeah. I think that's about it. Like that's really all I wanted to talk about today. Besides, like somebody run some sponsors up. We looking for somebody, and we're not just looking for anybody's sponsor. We're not looking for, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, say, hey, just give me cash. It's people that associate and resonate with us. And obviously you want to make it a good business decision, but we looking for them. We open.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Huh?
Man, hey,
Hold
you know,
up.
I got something for the listeners. Listen, if you enjoyed the episode, if you're enjoying this episode, what I need you to do is leave a comment on it. And listen, we know you're on Apple. Thank you for being on Apple. Give us a like. Leave us a comment.
I would actually like a ranking,
on
a rating on Apple,
yeah,
bro, because I think we got 8 ratings on Apple, and I see some of these mommy episodes, no shade, no nothing, whatever. Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? They got like 800 likes and ratings and things like that, and I'm like, bro, like, you hear cat? Oh. Sorry, I'm like going on a tangent, and all I hear is but yeah, no, man, I see all these other episodes, and their listeners are holding it down for them, and I see, Kev don't see it, but I can see how many, you know what I'm saying, views we get per week, and the views that we get don't add up to how many likes that we got, ratings that we got. So that's what I need y'all to do. Yeah, run that up.
Yeah.
But, what you about to say, Kev?
No, I just, man, run it up. Leave us some comments. Like, we want to hear from you. Like, if you say, KB, you know, what would you want from our listeners? Like, I want you to engage with us. Like, engage with us in our comments. Engage with us on Instagram, wherever we are. Just engage with us, because we want to hear from you just as much as you're listening and liking and rating. We want to hear from you and include you in our podcast as well.
Here's what I would like. If you ask me, like, what can we do for you? Every week, when we launch the episode at 12:00 Central Standard Time here in Texas, just take the YouTube link or take the Apple Podcast link and put it on your Facebook page. Like, hey, new episode. Like that. If you just do that every week, that's all I ask. You know what I'm saying? Just hold us down, because we're really, and it's not even a numbers thing for us though. Like, it is, but it isn't. Like, it's the more people that are listening, the more people that are impacted.
Yeah.
And obviously we ain't been doing this on no money tip. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't got none. Y'all don't hear no ads or nothing yet. But yeah. And so I really feel like, the more people we have sharing the message, the more that will be impacted, because there's somebody out there that need to hear one of these episodes and one of these jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you know what, too, bro? I've been blessing people through our shows by referring them to Dr. Tony Cunningham's episodes. I've had run into so many people who've had deaths in the family, who are going through things of loss, and it's helped them. They'll go listen to the episode. Yo, KB, man, thank you so much for the episode. Thank you so much for referring it, man. I connected with Dr. Tony Cunningham, man. She's helping me, or, you know, they got on her Instagram, and it's been a great help. So I know, and even just going back to the other episodes have been a great help. So, man, just go back, listen to those things. Hey, man, repost the one that you enjoyed. Like, if there's one in the last year that you enjoyed, take that joke and copy paste and repost.
I thought you were talking about me. I was like, why are you yelling at me?
Nah, man, I'm talking. Ain't nobody talking to you.
Okay. I mean, anyways, you got anything else, Kev?
Nah, I'm good, laugh, by man.
The way. That was a fake laugh.
That was.
Anyways, appreciate you guys, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Episode 52. This is the end of a year, not end of an era. What are you doing? Oh,
52.
I thought you were holding up number 7, and I was like, what does that have to do with anything? Five dudes Hoover. Sorry, I had a flashback to being in LA. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I love you guys, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next week, take care. God bless. Peace.